I'd love a story about DK Metcalf, about the first time you saw him, about anything. I'm so fascinated by him. My kids can't get enough of him just because not only because they love him on their fantasy teams, but, the different hair color, his choice of mouth guard. I mean, like literally everything about him is fascinating to young and old. And I would love a story, anything that you could tell me about when you knew, you thought you knew, anything. I'll give you the floor on that, if you don't mind.
Well, yeah, my son says he's hilarious on Instagram too, I guess.
Okay, great. That's good to know.
The kids think he's pretty awesome. Yeah, right. So
that's a good one.
But I would think with him he was such an interesting study because he absolutely blew up the combine. So he had so much hype around him. There were aspects of his game where everybody kind of picked him apart. Our staff in particular was really excited about, just the pure intangibles in his work ethic. I think, having his father play in the league, there's a level of maturity about him. And so when he was still available, we made that move with the Jets or the Patriots, to go get him. And just to see you always want to have buy-in from the coaching staff when you make a decision like that. And so, we had a bunch of stuff going on, and Pete was like, "Well, he's like, Johnny, we're on the clock. We're on the clock again." I'm like, "Yeah, we just traded with New England. We're gonna take Metcalf right here," and he's like, "Metcalf's gonna be on our team?" I'm like, yeah, buddy, we're gonna take Metcalf right here. And then the whole room just like exploded, like he's like, "Hey guys, we're taking Metcalf. We got Metcalf." And so I think that excitement where you have the buy-in from your coaching staff. So usually, you've seen the clips where we call the guys all the time, and some guys are really excited, some guys aren't. He was very emotional. Kind of pissed, obviously, that he wasn't taken earlier. But I would say, just like initially, that would be like a thought that comes to my head, or a story that comes to my head about him, because having the buy-in from the coaches to really want to work with this guy and try to help him be the best he can possibly be.
Well, the first I saw him was at the Combine when he did jump out of the building and run out of the building and lift out of the building and did all that. But he also, I believe it was his mom who he then FaceTimed right away because of the neck injury that caused him to maybe think that he's not going to have a career, and then his decision to leave when he did, with everybody questioning whether he was viable or not, and he crushed it at the Combine, and he got all emotional. I will never forget that. And then, the story about what apparently happened with Jim Schwartz, before the game in Philadelphia, where he said he reminded him of Calvin, and he used that as fire to go torch them. He's just a totally different kind of player, it seems to me.
Yeah, and I'm sure you've seen the clip of Pete taking his shirt off when, our guy Aaron Heinlein got DK to take his shirt off for Pete to walk in the room because he wanted us to draft him so bad. So he came walking in, and Pete was like, "Holy smokes!" So Pete took his shirt off. That was a pretty fun moment too. But the guy's really passionate. He works his tail off and wants to be great. And doesn't compare himself to other people. That's a question that we always ask guys. So it's a standard like, well, who do you emulate or whatever, And he's like, "Hey, I don't necessarily emulate anybody. I just want to be the best I can possibly be." And he's again, his father having played in the league has really helped him. I think that gives guys a huge advantage coming out of school.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.